Hey guys, sorry this review is a little later than usual. I literally just got out of the theater watching this movie. There wasn't really a good time to watch it, like during the holiday season, especially during the holiday season. But hey, it's out now, so let's get into it. Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Before getting into this movie, I should probably tell you all what I think of the previous installments of this live-action Sonic series. I should stress that I'm not the world's all-time biggest Sonic guy, quite like I am with Mario, but I do know the basics of this series and have played some of the older games before, and yeah, this movie series is pretty solid. The first film was okay, nothing really to get super hyped over. The second film was obviously a vast improvement because of how much more Sonic elements were at play with it, and I have a good time watching it every now and again. Oh yeah, there's also the Knuckles show. We're not going to talk about that one. And now we've reached Sonic 3. I really enjoyed Sonic 3. This is easily the best live-action Sonic film of this series. Truth be told, there's not a whole lot for me to say about it other than it's really good. And you know that already if you've seen the movie, which is most of you I assume. This movie became the highest rated film of the Sonic series by both critics and audiences, completely overshadowing 1 and 2. And it's pretty easy to see why. One of the best aspects of this movie that's pretty easily agreed upon is that it's fully 100% a Sonic movie. My biggest gripe with the previous Sonic movies is the amount of time spent on filler. It's not awful or anything, but stuff like the entire road trip in the first film or the wedding crash subplot in the second film feels like wasted time. Not this movie. It's a straightforward, simple plot, and all the characters are given just the right amount of screen time. Not too little, not too much. Another thing I absolutely loved in this film is Dr. Robotnik, aka Jim Carrey. He's always been the funniest part of these Sonic movies, and oh man, this movie is easily my favorite in terms of his performance. He plays off of himself extremely well, and a ton of his jokes landed seamlessly. I love the subtle nod to the fact that Eggman and Eggman are both played by Jim Carrey. There's also this one scene near the climax that, I kid you not, was maybe the funniest Jim Carrey moment I've seen all year thus far. Of course, the best aspect of this movie is Shadow, voiced by Keanu Reeves. As someone who's never played Sonic Adventures, I got pretty invested in Shadow's backstory with Maria. The montages they showed of the two together were legit pretty emotional, and I like how his grief of losing someone is contrasted with Sonic. In general, this movie has a lot of great themes related to family. Granted, it does get a little hand-fisted during the final battle and it kinda kills some of the impact, but I didn't hate it. I still thought it was pretty well done. There's also a couple weird, cringe, and poorly timed jokes from Sonic and Friends, which is the main complaint I'm sure a lot of people take with these Sonic films. But I don't go into these movies expecting perfection. I go into them just to have fun, and that's all I want these movies to be. And the jokes themselves aren't terrible. They have this weird charm to them that make them pretty tolerable, and to an extent, I like them. So yeah, overall I really enjoyed this movie. It's not the best thing ever made, but it's obviously not trying to be. I had a great time with it, and I could see myself watching it again sometime. Just for context, the first movie gets a 6 out of 10, the second gets a 7 out of 10, and this gets a big ol' 8 out of 10. Highly recommend it. Oh yeah, and the post-credit scene had me like this.